If you want to see the palettes that give me the fall vibes, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and it is fall. It has been fall for some time here, and especially with Halloween around the corner, I just feel more into the falling leaves and the colorful foliage and the types of colors and textures that come around this time of year. And I saw a number of videos talking about fall palettes, but one video in particular, the one from Kara C, and I will put the information for her channel right there. That video really gave me the fall feels when it comes to makeup. And I thought that I would do a video similar to hers because I do like to share the palettes that make me think one thing or the other. And so I have a bunch of palettes. I keep looking to the right because that's where they are. I have a bunch of palettes that really, for me, make me think of fall. I think I have 11 palettes. Let's start with this one. This is the smallest one. It was on top. And it is the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. And what gives me the fall vibes the most are these two shadows in the corners. The rest are mattes, but these two are duochromes, and they've got a golden orangey look to them, and of course supported by some more orangey colors in the palette. And of course yellow to me with orange just goes with fall as well for the foliage colors. And it's a nice compact good palette by Huda Beauty. And the funny thing is I picked it up and I half thought I wouldn't like it. But I could not have been more wrong. This is a very nice little palette, and I appreciate having, this is the only Huda Beauty product I have in my collection, and I'm very happy I picked it up. It's a very nice little gem in my collection. Next up, I'm going to show you two palettes. They are from the Machinist collection from NYX, and the reason I show them together is because I tend to use them together. So this is the Ignite palette. And this one doesn't have so many oranges, but it's this green and orange right here. Well, actually, this trio, maybe even this quad, just makes me think of fall. And it's a very nice palette to use along with, I don't have enough hands, along with the Grind palette from the same collection. See if I can stop blinding you. There we let's see here. So that is the two together. And you can see, I think, how they can be quite complementary to each other in shade selection. And as a matter of fact, when I did my focus on NYX, I'll put it right here, I ended up using these two palettes very much together. And together there are a significant number of looks that can look similar to, for example, the Subculture, which is definitely a very fall palette. I really gave these two palettes high marks. I like the packaging, it's very sturdy. The full-size mirror is fantastic, and the shadows themselves are very, very solid. They're good little palettes, and I think the Steam, the third one in the collection, the Steam, is still available at Shoppers Drug Mart and at NYX.com, NYXCosmetics.com. Next up, this one gets mentioned by virtually everyone, and it is the Tartelette Toasted. And it's a very nice palette. I don't use it nearly enough. Barely use it, frankly, and it looks like this. But even though I don't really, it's so hard with the glare with this kind of palette, even though I don't use it much, every time I think of an orangey brown look with maybe beige sparkle, I think of this palette. And I do have to start using it more. It's on my list of palettes that I just don't use enough. And for example, one that I really am intrigued by is this one. I have used it, but I really want to use it some more. Anyway, I think there's a lot of potential in this palette, and it's a shame I haven't really dug into it yet. Another one that gives me the the brown feels is this Naked Heat palette from Urban Decay, and this is what it looks like. I enjoy this palette a lot, and I enjoy this palette a lot for, surprisingly enough, the non-brown shadows. So I really like this one, and I like these two back here. But the whole palette itself is really quite nice. And the one thing that bugs me about this palette is that everybody will say, not everybody, but a loud majority will say that no matter what you do with this palette, your looks are always the same. I challenge that in a really big way. I can absolutely do looks with this palette that look nothing alike whatsoever. And I find it's really annoying every time I hear that, because how can you have the same look when you've got a brown like this and a deep set of tones like that? They're not the same. These guys are not the same as the deeper colors. Unless you're always placing shadow in the same way, you need a specific type of deep, a specific type of light, a specific type of medium, well then maybe this would look the same all the time. But it just doesn't hold. You can do a lot with this palette, and so yeah, I challenge the notion that it is a one-trick pony. Don't agree. Next one that gives me the fall vibes that might be a surprise to you is this one. It's called the Bronze Ambition. Yeah, Bronze Ambition from Pat McGrath. And it's because it's all in the similar tones. I hate the plastic. I always have to fight with the plastic. All right, so here we go. Here are the 6 tones, and I think it's that orange right in the center of the first column there, but well, these 2 right here, this one, it just does give me the fall vibes, and it is only 6 pans, so it's easy in 6 pans with a couple of colors to make it look like a fall palette. But I have to say that I really do think of this palette now, now that I have it in my collection, for fall time. For a palette that I really, really enjoy, this is the Subculture, and the Subculture could have definitely been on top if I were ranking these, because I definitely get fall vibes from this palette. I get all sorts of great feels from this palette. I mean, you've got this amazing orange right here, this Adorn color right there, kind of a grungy green, and of course the mustard yellow goes well with that kind of orangey yellow. Yeah, I like everything about this palette, and I am not one who's been having trouble using it. I like every single look that I come up with, and I haven't had any weirdness with applying these shadows, so I really enjoy using it, plain and simple. Now this is a depotted palette, but I will show you what it is. Not this one up here, that's a single from Colored Rain, but this down here, this set of 6, this is the Beauty Rust from Colored Rain, and that definitely gives me the fall vibes. I mean, it's got the burnt orange and the yellow and the beautiful duochrome similar to the Huda Beauty palette. And I really like this assortment of colors, and it definitely speaks fall to me. Now here's an unexpected selection from me. And it is the NARS Provocateur palette, and it is a small 6-pan palette, but it does give me fall vibes, and it's mostly because of these 4 right here. And I just, that burnt orange again, that kind of terracotta color is great, and this duochrome along with that terracotta color really works to make me feel the fall vibes. Small palette, but again, when it's a small palette, just a few shadows is enough to kind of give you a certain feel, and definitely that is one that does it for me. Next up, I have the OG Clay Play, and this one definitely gives me fall vibes, just because of the orangey colors, especially in this area right here, and the palette itself, just the colors of it, gives me a fall vibe. And so this one comes to mind just because of that fact, even though it's very neutral, but still, it's just probably mostly the packaging, but there are certainly a couple of colors in there that can give you a very nice orangey brown look for the fall. And finally, this is my newest revelation for fall type palette. And it's a palette that I haven't used yet, and it's the Nubian 2 by Juvia's Place. Let me show you, and I'm really looking forward to using it. I've only swatched one of them, Nairobi, I think. Yeah. Okay, Tell me that's not fall vibes. Just ignore the blue. Look at that. That is absolutely fall vibes as a palette. Love it. There's not a single color in this palette that I don't like. And I cannot wait to use this burgundy purplish color with this Nairobi gold. Look at that, right? Actually, this whole quad right here would look so good together. So you will definitely see this Nubian 2 show up on this channel sooner than later. It's just such an interesting palette, as are most of Juvia's Place palettes. I don't think I have more palettes from one brand than I do from Juvia's Place. And it's not like ColourPop. I don't feel like I need to collect them. There are a number of Juvia's Place palettes I don't have, like the Warrior 1 and 2. They don't interest me. But when they have an eclectic yet curated collection like this, it just calls to me. And it was certainly not the blue. It was actually everything else around that got me interested in this palette. Really, really happy to have picked it up. And yeah, gives me the fall feels. So thank you to Kara C for giving me the inspiration to also do a fall palettes video. I appreciate it even if you didn't know you were doing it. And I thank you for watching. I would love to hear what your favorite fall palettes are, or fall vibes palettes are. Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. And I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it every single time that you take the time out of your day to come and watch one of my videos. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, take care.